Superminds!
The Frog Prince. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom, there lived a young princess. She was kind, smart, and loved to play with her golden ball. One sunny day, the princess went to the forest near a cool, clear pond to play. As she tossed her golden ball into the air, it slipped from her fingers and fell into the deep pond. The princess sat by the pond and cried. She didn't know how to get her precious ball back. Suddenly, she heard a voice croak. "Why are you crying, princess?" She looked around and saw a small green frog sitting on a lily pad. "I lost my golden ball in the pond," she said, "and I can't reach it." The frog thought for a moment and said, "I can help you, but what will you give me in return?" The princess thought the frog was silly but said, "I'll give you anything you want, my clothes, my jewels, even my golden crown." The frog shook his head. "I don't want those things. I want you to be my friend. Let me eat from your plate and sleep in your palace." The princess thought about it. She did not believe a frog would really want to live in a palace, so she agreed. "Yes, I promise. Now please get my ball." The frog dove into the pond and after a few moments resurfaced with the golden ball. He placed it on the grass near the princess. She was so happy to have her ball back that she picked it up and ran home, forgetting all about her promise. That evening, the princess was having dinner with her father, the king, and there was a knock at the door. When she opened it, she saw the little frog. He looked up at her with the big sad eyes and said, "Princess, you promised to be my friend. Let me in." The princess was startled and shut the door quickly. She returned to her dinner, but the king noticed that something was wrong. "What's the matter, my dear?" he asked. The princess told her father about the lost ball and her promise to the frog. The king listened carefully and said, "You must keep your promise. Let the frog in." Reluctantly, the princess opened the door, and the frog hopped inside. He sat at the table and ate from the princess' plate. After dinner, the frog said, "I'm tired. Please take me to your room so I can sleep." The princess didn't want to, but her father reminded her of her promise. She carried the frog to her room and placed him on a pillow beside her bed. The frog looked at her and said, "Good night, princess." The next morning, when the princess woke up, she was amazed to see that the frog had turned into a handsome prince. He explained that he had been under a wicked witch spell, and only a kind promise kept by a princess could break it. The prince thanked the princess for her kindness and honesty. They became good friends and spent a lot of time together. Eventually, they fell in love and were married in a grand celebration. The prince and princess lived happily ever after. And that's the story of the Frog Prince.
If you had fun today, give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.